Hello and welcome to a Full Sim Broadcast Network here tonight with a Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series here from upstate New York in Watkins, Glen. Tonight, these guys are going to be battling it out here on this road course. First road course race of the season. We're going to find out who has the ability to make them right-hand turns here tonight. Joining me in the booth is Justin Hutchinson. How you doing tonight, Justin?
Doing pretty good as always, Jacob. Glad to be here with you.
All right, so let's take a look at some pre-race info here. Brought to you by the Southern Excitement Racing League here. Watkins Glen is almost 2.5 miles. Ambient temperature 79 degrees, 52% humidity, partly cloudy, and 2-mile-an-hour winds. The track surface temperature is 104, which is going to make that track surface a little bit slick, especially coming up through those S's and into the bus stop. They're going to be running 45 laps here tonight around this road course. One thing that the SERL does different for road courses is they will throw the yellow flag at the stage end at lap 15. That will be the only yellow flag tonight. All other yellows will be local yellow flags, which is just where the incident is at. That is it. They have one faster pair as usual, 4 sets of tires. That's including the set they qualify on. A 65% fuel load, which I believe gets you roughly, what would you say, Justin, about 15, 18 laps here?
Yeah, I think it's going to be around probably 15, 18 laps. They should be okay for the first stage. You know, they shouldn't have to pit before that.
Yeah, and like we said a while ago, who do you think has the best shot tonight, Justin, of coming out and rearing their head as the road course king?
Oh, right now, looking at the practice board, I'd have to say Bill Stringfellow. He's about half a second faster than everyone, so look for him to have a dominating race tonight.
Yeah, he's definitely looking fast, that's for sure. So as we speak about that, let's take you and show how they run right now in practice, as practice is starting to get close to end here with about 2 minutes left. Bill Stringfellow on top of the leaderboard with a 1 minute 11 second .627 lap around here. Justin Michael not far behind with a 112.114. Lucas Hoitzma not far behind Michael at all with a 112.171. And from there on out, they drop a couple tenths here and there, all the way back to probably 8th, where Andrew Rattel is in that 5 machine with a 113.117. And then they get kind of clustered up once again. So far tonight, looks like we have 21 cars showing up for this race here tonight. These guys are looking to duke it out here and see if they have what it takes to get through this left and right-hander course here.
Yeah, I'm going to be really watching the slick spots on the track tonight. They're in the S's, really exit, and the bus stop's pretty slick, and that hard left-hand turn 7 there. It's a pretty slick spot on the track.
Yeah, and one of the places I'm definitely going to be looking for, like you said, is coming up through them S's for sure, because it's like driving on ice, especially with cold tires. But I'm also going to be looking to see how good these guys can get on them brakes hard enough to make that bus stop right there, as you see on the screen. And also right there for the turn 1, that hard right-hander that's a downhill right-hander. That turn is very deceiving. You think you have it woed up enough, and next thing you know, you're on the other side of the curb on the outside of the track.
Yeah, the braking in these next-gen cars is really light, I guess I would say. It takes a lot because, you know, there's going to be people that have different braking points. Some will send it in a little bit harder than others. Some will brake earlier, so we'll see it early on when it's close if that's a factor.
It looks like Bill Stringfellow is going to be the fastest in practice here as the checkered flag flies on that, and we're going to start qualifying now. Waiting to see who's going to be the first one to jump out there on pit road. Like we got a few takers here. Let's go right around with Lucas Hoitzma in that 97 machine. Now, given that this is a big road course, we will be jumping around, not watching. I'm probably not going to watch a full lap from any one particular driver, due to this track being so big and the proximity of where they are versus the start finish line.
It's 12:06 p.m. right now, high noon, so I don't see the track getting any cooler as this race goes on. So it should get slicker as it goes on.
That's just going to make it that much more exciting, trying to make a mistake-free race here. It looks like we have almost every car out on the track right now, as we see Hoytsma coming out of turn 11 right there, heading towards the start-finish line to take his green flag. Let's see how he does entering turn 1 here at full speed. And then brake rotors already starting to glow right there. Got in there pretty good. Go check on Matt Crockett here. Looks like he's working on coming to the green on his first lap. Justin Michael out here warming up them tires. Going through the bus stop, working on his warm-up lap here.
This is the most cars I think we've ever seen on the track at once in qualifying.
Absolutely, yeah, and it makes you wonder. I didn't check to see. No, they do have a 10-minute timer to get it done here today for qualifying. Lots of guys, I guess, assuming that they're not going to get a cooler temperature out there. We have cars getting ready to take their first lap. I believe Blake Giglio is one of those. Lucas Hoytsma crosses the line with a 1:12.269. Looks like he's going to call it there. Giglio, I believe that was his first lap, but maybe an off track. We'll have to see as Mark True comes across the line. Oh, Giglio loses it right there in the S's. We were talking about that. Being real loose.
Yeah, you got to be smooth that first lap just so you can get that time on the board. Then, the second lap, try to give it a little bit more. 1Xs are really frustrating at these tracks because it takes away everything you accomplish on that lap.
Yeah, as we see Matt Crockett here in that 15 machine coming through turn 11. Working out of that corner there, coming to the line for his first lap. Matt Crockett is going to put him P7. Cogswell goes up on the board too at P8. Christopher Howell goes up to P2. Justin Michael going to the top of the board with a 1:11.879.
Wow. It's close to Bill Stringfellow's lap there in practice.
Absolutely, yeah. Really fast out there. Justin Michael taking it to the top of the board. Looking for Bill Stringfellow here. Taking the green flag. Justin Matson goes up P6. Andrew Rattel P7. Dakota Camper in fourth with a 1:13.012. Matthew Prentice going to eighth with a 1:13.746. We're going to follow along with Bill Stringfellow here on his qualifying lap. See him get to the bus stop there pretty good. Working his way out of the carousel now. Comes down towards turns 10 and 11 here. Putting up all the track surface that he can to get the run out of turn 11 here. Across the line. Stringfellow, not quite enough. A 112.008. He's going to call it good there. Right now, Justin Michaels, still your pole sitter. Prentice coming across the line for his second lap. Going to move him up to P5.
I could not wait to see these drivers send it into turn one on this first lap of this race.
Absolutely, yeah. These guys are going to be got some heavy hitters up there at the front right now. Spoke to Justin Michael last night after the Truck Series race. He was hoping to just finish tonight and not really considering himself a good road course racer. Right now, sitting on the pole in the perennial spot up there, almost 2/10 faster than second place. Maybe, would you say maybe he's trying to sandbag a little bit there, Justin?
I'm not sure. I think all these drivers really are still getting used to these next-gen cars, and maybe he just didn't know what he had under the hood today.
Yeah, and being pretty humble about it, I'm for sure. Drew Prohl coming across the line in 15th. Go check in on Chris Gones over here. His first lap was a 1:14.937. Coming into turn 11 here. Across the line. He better that lap time. He will not. He's going to stay P13 right there. Drew Prohl, last car on the track at the moment.
Yeah, Drew's actually picked up about a second and a half on his time since he practiced there.
Prohl across the line. Not going to better his first lap. Still pretty good, though. Now we just wait to see if anybody else is going to come out to attempt to take the green flag and try to get a lap in. Don't think they have enough time, though, given that there's less than 2 minutes left on qualifying.
They're trying to stay behind that turn one incident.
Absolutely, yeah, and from my experience, sometimes that is the key to making it through there is just not qualifying and starting in the back. But it can also come back to bite you because you could be that accident from cars checking up harder in front of you than you're expecting.
Yeah, and with it's a pretty sizable field too. You're starting in 21st. If you do get caught up or slowed down, that's a lot of time you got to make up to start a race.
Absolutely, yeah, and as we're starting to wind down here in the middle of the season, take a look at what the schedule looks like coming up here in the Next Gen Series. Next week, we're going to be going to Darlington, and after that, we're taking a week off for Christmas. But January 2nd, we'll be firing back up here on Sunday nights in the Next Gen Series at Charlotte for the last race of the regular season. Then we'll be starting the playoffs there January 9th at Bristol Motor Speedway. Then off to Michigan, then the Super Speedway of Talladega, then out east to Atlanta, Georgia, then ending out the season down in Homestead, Miami, Florida on February 6th to crown a champion here on Sunday night in the Next Gen Series.
Yeah, a lot of exciting races coming up here. As qualifying's coming to an end here.
Checkered flag flies here on qualifying. Take you through the running order here as they start here in the Southern Excitement Racing League from Watkins, Glen International. Starting on the pole, Justin Michael in that 87 machine with a blistering time of 1:11.879. Starting outside of him is going to be Bill Stringfellow in the 83. In third, Lucas Hoitzma in the 97. In fourth is the 88 of Christopher Howell. Fifth, Matthew Prentice in that 4 machine.
Starting sixth, you got Dakota Camper, followed by Dustin Matson in seventh. Jeff Merck in that number 60 starting eighth, followed by Andrew Rattel in ninth. And 10th in the number 9, Kyle Adcock.
In 11th, we got Matt Crockett in the 15. In 12th, Mark True. 13th, Chris Gones in the 44. And 14th is the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. 15th, Drew Prohl in the 89.
Starting in 16th in the 16 machine, Blake Giglio. Ronnie Osmer in 17th, John McMillan Jr. 18th. And 19th in the 99, Michael Fahey. In 20th, Isaac Singleton. And rounding out the field is Josh Anderson in 21st.
And that is your official starting order here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series from Watkins Glen International Speedway in upstate New York. As these drivers are getting ready to grid here, take you down and look at some of these paint schemes here they got going on. Wait, looks like all the cars are gridded here. They're getting ready to roll off. And there they go. And beautiful looking paint schemes on these cars. And as iRacing starts to update this car as they're getting more data, this is starting to become one of my favorite series, because these cars are starting to handle more and more like they would in probably the real life machine as they start collecting more data from these real life tests.
Yeah, I remember when I first drove one of these bad boys, and I just fell in love. It's just so smooth. It drives a lot cleaner, and I think the suspension and chassis is a lot better. It's just an amazing car. If you haven't drove one, you need to go buy one.
Absolutely, yeah, and not to mention they look so much better and closer to their real life counterparts. And I may ruffle a few feathers by saying this, but they're actually putting the stock back in stock car with actually having modern components on these stock cars that would resemble what you would actually see on the street cars that everyone drives up and down the highway. As these guys work their way down the backstretch here, what we always call the backstretch, which is the space there in between the S's and the bus stop.
A few drivers just gonna avoid that bus stop right here.
Makes for a lot easier spacing there when you're trying to run too wide.
I think one of the tough parts here too is, you know, this long winding pace lap to start the race, knowing the inevitable turn one is down there waiting on you.
Absolutely, yeah, and keep in mind that these guys will have a caution flag guaranteed at the conclusion of lap 15 for the stage end. And this is the only time of the season that they will do that for road courses. Actually throw the yellow for the stage end, but that's the only yellow that will be thrown. No yellow flags or cautions for any wrecks, nothing of that sort. These drivers make their way through turn 10. About to be coming through turn 11, looking at that starter flag.
Hard right turn this week.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Turning right and left here in the next gens. We're green out here at Watkins Glen. Nice and easy off into turn 1 there for the leaders.
Oh, Wow, that was smooth throughout the whole field there.
Absolutely. These drivers really doing a nice, clean job of getting through here.
Pretty smooth there through the S's as well.
As we have a battle for the lead already. Lucas Hoitzma going by Justin Michael there.
Oh, 3 wide here in the bus stop. Oh, the 4, the 3, the 6 of Madsen's coming back across.
Oh my gosh. Huge incident. I was about to call out that Lucas Hoitzma had some issues there in the bus stop and didn't get to stop as much as he wanted to with them cold brakes and tires and wound up hitting the grass and missing the bus stop a little bit, which allowed Justin Michael to get back to the lead.
Yeah, I don't know who just made it 3 wide there, but that was not the place to do it.
We'll take a look and see if we can find out what had happened. We'll go back here and look at that at the bus stop.
Like Prentice.
As we're going back looking at the S's here. Guys jumped out. Yeah, 3 wide there. Oh, they got together, the 4 and the 6.
I think Prentice might have checked up a little bit sooner than expected.
And nowhere to go for, I believe that was the 9. Yeah, the 9 of Kyle Adcock out there. Wound up hitting Madsen as Madsen was coming across.
When he came back across.
Go back here and check on your leaders. Justin Michael still out in the lead here, but not running away by any means from the 83 and the 97. As Bill Stringfellow looking to make a move to the inside here on turn 1. He's going to make it right there. Oh, a little bit of contact between Hoitzma and Michael. Stringfellow, your new leader. Fantastic pass right there going into turn 1. We do have some guys on pit road currently. Matthew Prentice in the 4 and the 73 of Mark True.
I think Prentice got a little bit too much damage right there, and that will really affect how the cars turn, especially when you're turning left and right.
Oh, we have another incident. Look like Drew Prohl and Michael Fahey involved. Let's see if we can find out what happened here. Looks like they missed the bus stop altogether. Oh, yeah, it got loose right there in the S's.
Yeah.
And the 99 had nowhere to go. We go back live.
Slick spot. I swear they put oil on them spots on the track.
That's almost what it seems like. Because we have a heck of a battle here between the 55 of Ronnie Osmer and the 5 of Andrew Rattel. Osmer goes really wide out there out of the carousel with a huge run. He's going to get to the inside of Rattel.
Car was stopped there in the bus stop. He's back going.
Osmer makes the pass. Looking at Jeff Merck here in the 60, running up here in the 4th spot.
Hoytsma got a little bit too much there in the bus stop. He hit the grass a little bit.
All is well, though. He keeps it straight and going.
Trying to chase down Michael and Stringfellow.
You say we do a ride along for a lap with the 83 of Bill Stringfellow, your leader. We ride along here. Really smooth through the carousel there. Really smooth overall. Not eating them tires up at all. Like Blake Giglio able to pass Andrew Rattel.
Got one around there for the leader.
Like Drew Prohl.
You know, one thing I have noticed about this new layout is the grass is really eliminated there on the outside on turn 1 exit, so you can have more room and more pavement to get a better run.
Yes, it is. We're going to go back and check out what happened to Drew Prohl here.
Yeah, that was right in front of the leader.
Oh, looks like he just wheel hopped it going into turn 1. And earlier, something we had not talked about, Dakota Camper had something happen to him. Let's go back and check what happened to Dakota Camper in that 3 machine. See him go through turn 1 there. Oh, it just looks like he got kind of high centered on them curbs on the exit of 1 and wasn't able to keep it straight after that.
Stringfellow out to about a 2-second lead now.
Really
Ronnie
smooth
Osborne
out
having
there.
a good run in that 55. He's up 12 spots tonight.
Yes,
Fifth.
he is. Another driver having a pretty good run out here so far. That 16 in that pink car right there of Blake Giglio, he's up 9 spots from the start of this race. We're right at the halfway mark roughly to the stage end, where these guys will get some fresh tires, fill it up full of fuel, and figure out what they have by then.
I think the best battle on the track right now is probably here for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Giglio, Howell, and Osmer there. By the closest distance apart on the track. Still a decent battle there for second. It looks like Hoytsma wants to close back in there to Michael. Michael was a little bit loose there in the S's.
Wide right there out of the S's. Gonna allow Hoytsma to close in a little bit.
Great run there through the carousel by Hoytsma. Well, they eliminated some grass at that spot on the track too, I see there.
Absolutely, yeah, especially right here in turn 10 that you just see him going through right there. Right where Justin Michael was running, he would have lost it because that was a gravel spot. As Hoytsma gets the spot from Michael right there, taking over the second spot.
It looked a little bit too easy there for Hoytsma.
Ooh, Hoytsma really sideways off the curbing right there.
Like Osmer may have just got a little bit of the wall in the S's. I think he's good though. Real slow car in the bus stop. He just got spun.
Trying to figure out who that was. Looked like the 60 of Jeff Mert. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to him. We're watching him come out of turn 1 here, working his way up through the S's.
Oh, he just got drove through. Seemed like he was going really slow though.
He did get a piece of the wall in the S's. Oh yeah, Christopher Howell, he just was checking up much faster than Howell was. Howell had nowhere to go, unfortunately. Oh, and he had a little bit of contact with Rattel as Rattel was coming out of the bus stop. Go check back in with your leader, the 83 of Bill Stringfellow, to a 4-second lead now.
And it looks like Michael's made his way back around Hoytsma. They've been battling it out here for second.
Hoytsma really wide out of the carousel. That battle for the 4th spot really staying hot this whole time. Osmer right now in 4th, Christopher Howell, and
Michael
Giglio
deep.
not
He's
far
in the
behind.
wall. Michael's in the wall. Oh, sorry to interrupt you. At the last corner, Michael just hit the wall.
And he's heading down pit road. Major implications for that 87 crew right there. We're going to have to check out what happened.
This might not be too bad though for him because he's going to stay on the lead lap here, get a full tank, fresh tires, and the caution's going to come out. He should retain the lead.
Oh, Matt Crockett straightens out turn 10 all the way
wow.
to the wall. Kyle Adcock, major damage on the front of that 9 car also. Looks like they had an incident. Let's see if we can go find out what happened to Justin Michael first.
Yeah, Matt Crockett was four-wheeling right there.
We're watching Justin Michael go through turn 10 right there. Oh, really loose on the exit of 10 and got in the grass entering 11. Oh my gosh, hard hit into that wall. That car definitely sounded like it was low on power after that impact. So possibly major damage to that car. Let's check out what happened between Kyle Adcock and Matt Crockett. See Adcock going through the bus stop here. Injured. Oh, that looks like Jonathan Cogswell. Oh my gosh. That was a big wreck right there in the carousel. Adcock got in the grass a little bit and started losing it and collected Cogswell. And that shot him back up in front of Matt Crockett.
Like Andrew Rattel just about lost it there in turn 1, but he kept it straight.
Some of these guys are having a really rough night.
Ronnie Osmer up now, 14 positions in third. They're having great nights, him and Blake Giglio.
Absolutely, yeah. As Blake Giglio looking to try to get around Christopher Howell.
Not sure how bad tire wear is at these tracks, but I just think that little misfortune there that happened to Justin Michael might actually play towards his favor.
That's a possibility. Yeah, he may be able to stay out possibly, especially if they have to pit again. As Jeff Mark comes on the pit road along with Matt Crockett. Dustin Madsen able to get by Cogswell right there. Go check back in with your race leader, Bill Stringfellow, working on some lap traffic here. Got out to a little over a 4-second lead and hasn't really stretched it out much after that. Stringfellow really dialed in here tonight. You didn't even see the brake rotor glowing on that 83 car. He's being real easy on the brakes, real smooth. Makes his way to the inside of the 99 machine there of Michael Fahey. That's going to put 15 cars on the lead lap. Hoytsma having a pretty good night himself, staying up here in the top 3 all night long so far. Really fighting that car, trying to get every bit out of it that he can. As the yellow flag comes out, that's going to be your stage end right there. Bill Stringfellow, your stage winner, with Lucas Hoytsma in second. Ronnie Osmer in third. Fourth, Christopher Howell. Fifth, Blake Giglio. Sixth, Andrew Rattel. Seventh, Dustin Madsen. Eighth, Jonathan Cogswell. Ninth, Chris Gones. And rounding out your top 10 stage point earners is the 9 of Kyle Adcock. Well, Justin, what do you think after seeing that first stage right there? What do you think some of these guys are thinking after that? Are you there, Justin? These drivers really putting on a fantastic performance here tonight. 83 of Bill Stringfellow really looking strong out there, running real smooth. I believe Justin may be having some technical difficulties out over there.
Yeah, I had to let my doggy go out.
Oh. But what do you think some of these drivers are thinking now that we've completed the stage?
Really just nailing their pit stop. You know, you're gonna tighten it all up. I don't think anyone's gonna try 2 tires. We might see that. Who knows?
We will definitely find out.
I don't know if anyone's got anything for Bill Stringfellow, though. He's got a really dominating race car right now.
Absolutely, yeah. That car's super fast, real smooth. Not a scratch on it. Now we'll see how these guys come down pit road, see how they come out after that. Stringfellow gonna stay out.
Oh, wow.
Osmer staying out. Oh, Hal staying out. Major. Justin Michael gonna stay out. Jeff Merckx gonna stay out.
I'm completely puzzled now.
Absolutely, yeah. The interesting strategy here makes you wonder how these guys are actually feeling. Really makes you wonder how much fuel is left in these cars.
Yeah, I can't see them having more than 5 laps of fuel.
Now, is it possible that they have roughly 20 to 25 laps of fuel, knowing they can't make it from here? Maybe just running out their fuel run under green and stopping that way, maybe.
Yeah, I think that could definitely be a part of it, and maybe they think the fresh tires later also is going to help them. Because we're not going to see another yellow flag with this one, so...
It's going to be interesting because if they can't make it from here, the guys that pitted, it's really going to be interesting due to the fact that possibly the guys that pitted here under the caution, they can pit later and have fresher tires and take less fuel. But the guys that stayed out, maybe they take more fuel here in a little bit to finish out the race, but have older tires towards the end. I mean, it's really kind of puzzling, but we're definitely going to see it unfold here. So we have a couple of different strategies going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of strategies going on right now. You can tell the pit lane is crazy. I'm sure pit lane's going to be wild again here in about 5 laps or so.
I would have to say, yeah. I mean, knowing that these guys can't make it all the way, I wouldn't think.
I don't know if... I would have thought, Justin Michael would. He would definitely. I think he did stay out there, so
He did.
he would have had a real good advantage, which he still kind of does because he bounced back from that trouble earlier. But now he's got 3 cars in front of him. He's got to pass here.
Believe we'll be taking the 1 to green this time by.
Guess they figured they're saving enough laps of fuel here, just slowly going around the track, pacing here.
That's a possibility. Could they also maybe be cutting the car off possibly here under caution? We hop in board with Bill Stringfellow here. That car is still under power. Just running really low RPMs there. Doesn't seem like he's saving fuel. I mean, he's saving fuel, but he's not cutting the car off to do it.
Tilt. The lights out on the pace car?
Yes, lights are out on the pace car. They're going green this time by. I imagine they'll double it up after they come out of the carousel, I would imagine.
They're probably waiting until the bus stop and all. You can tell it's hard to see them lights on that pace car sometimes.
And for those of you tuning in, we appreciate you stopping by here tonight on the Full Sim Broadcast Network, showing the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. This is definitely going to be setting up to be a fantastic end of the race here after the conclusion of Stage 1. Adam in the chat sitting here saying Matt Prentice is going to send it the next stage. Trust me. Well, we'll be definitely looking for it.
I think Prentice was one of those drivers caught up in a little incident there earlier. It's caught back up now, back on the lead lap. 16 drivers still in the lead lap here. Do you think this turn one's going to be different than the first one?
I believe it may be a little bit more hectic than it was on the green flag. That's my thought process on it, at least.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a little bit more aggression here as these laps wind down.
Oh, it looks like they're going to be doing a single file restart.
Yep.
That's going to cause even more aggression here.
There, you're going to see them fan out probably instantly.
Green flag is back out. Stringfellow with a great start. Osmer right behind him. They dive off into turn one here. Whole gaggle of cars here.
Stringfellow and Osmer just have a huge lead right now.
These guys really duking it out now as they got bunched back up here. Come into the bus stop. Oh, Jeff Mert.
Big wreck.
Oh my gosh, collected the 97 of Hoytsma and the 16 of Giglio. Giglio had to tow, so did Merck.
Hoytsma still sitting there.
Hoytsma had to tow. Holy cow. We're going to have to go back and look at that here in a second.
That is twice now someone has turned Jeff Merck here in the bus stop.
I don't think Jeff Merck got turned. I think he turned a little early trying to get into the bus stop and caught the end of that inside wall there. Let's go back and take a look at it. You see the 60 right there in the middle of your screen's Jeff Mert. Hoytsma right behind him. As they come in here, oh yeah, he did get hit going into the bus stop. Hoytsma just was trying to get in there a little bit deeper, and Merck was slowing up, backing that bus stop up a little bit, and Hoytsma just had nowhere to go other than the back bumper of the 60.
Jonathan Cogswell just missed the bus stop there. Have to slow down and let a few people by him.
Oh, is the look like the 95 Isaac Singleton loose on the exit of the bus stop and noses it into the tire barrier there. Justin Michael able to get around Ronnie Osmer there for the second spot. Looking to track down the 83 of Bill Stringfellow in the lead spot.
Yeah, I'm still really having a hard time understanding this strategy.
We will soon find out. There's no way that these guys can make it all the way. And you would think they would want fresh tires too.
Yeah, I don't even think the other drivers that pitted could make it. Let's see how many laps. 24 laps. I think green. Stringfellow probably saved maybe, what do you think, during those pace laps?
Maybe
5 laps?
I would say actually probably 1 to 2 laps maybe.
1 to 2. So he should be pitting here. Probably right now. Nope. I think we're going to have to check the fuel lines in that car after the race.
As they come back down here after completing 21 laps. Diving it off into turn 1 there. Top 5 making it through gracefully. Matthew Prentice on pit road. Could this be the start of green flag stops? Making it to the end possibly.
23 lap window. And Stringfellow, Osmer, and Howell have got to be running on fumes right now.
You would think, yeah. Because we have a battle back here for the 4th spot. Matson able to get around Christopher Howell for 4th.
Another amazing thing is Stringfellow is still out here running 113.2s.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's go check in with the last time by lap times for everyone in the field. Justin Michael ran a 112.85 to Stringfellow's 113.25. Chris Gones with a 114.35. Oh, as Justin Michael has run up onto the back bumper of the 83. Looking to make a pass here.
I don't see Stringfellow really going to put up a battle with him here, but Michael's going to have to earn it.
We're looking off the back bumper of the 83 back at Justin Michael in the 87. It actually sounded like Justin Michael, Bill Stringfellow actually let Justin Michael have it there. Because we have a couple of incidents to go back and look at. Looks like Matthew Prentice with an issue.
I think Bill's got to pit this lap so he doesn't lose time on Michael in case Michael can make it to the end.
Looks like Prentice was coming out of the pits here. And maybe didn't get all that damage fixed. And then the 44 of Chris Gomes had an incident here. He's coming into turn 10 right there. Just got really loose on the exit of 10 and nosed it hard into the inside wall.
Yep, Stringfellow pit road.
Along with Ronnie Osmer.
That's what about 22 green flag laps he ran, I'd say.
And Christopher Howell on pit road too.
Maybe not even, maybe 21 laps green he ran.
So as we see this winding down now, do these guys have enough that pitted under the yellow to make it to the end?
Well, in worst case, they could all pit, this lap right here and still manage to stay in front of street flow, I think.
Possibly, yeah.
I think that number 83 is going to be back up there at the front before it's over.
It would be hard to believe he wouldn't be. Justin Michael, though, coming on strong in this second half of the race. Your current leader has a little over a 6-second lead over Dustin Matson in the 6.
Kyle Adcock having a solid run there in 4th. Pretty quiet day from him. Stayed out of incidents.
He's already used a fast repair for sure because the front of that car did not have a nose on it earlier. But overcome. Oh, as we say that, the broadcaster curse strikes again.
No. Why? Why do I do this?
Hard into both walls right there. Gonna have to wait a second, let some cars go by. Go to Camper sitting there in the 3rd spot right now. Looking pretty good as Justin Michaels on pit road.
Just going to stop bringing people's names up.
Justin Michael jumped to the pits. He had to tow.
Oh, wow.
Let's go see what happened to him.
Could have been at turn 10 again.
It looks like it might have happened here at the bus stop, possibly. We're watching it now. Goes into the bus stop really well. Yeah, gets loose coming out of the bus stop. No major damage to that car, but possibly frustrated enough to just call it a day and tow it to the pits.
Wow. He was the leader, wasn't he?
Yes, Justin Michael was the leader. That has given the lead over to Dustin Matson in the 6 count over there. Kyle Adcock on pit road. Dustin Matson with an 8-second lead over second place Andrew Rattel in the 5 car.
Could see a little 2-tire stop and a splash from some of these guys here at the end.
Possibly even no tires on the splash. I would think, given that they don't have that many laps on these tires.
Would you come in early and take a splash, or would you wait?
I would have to say I would wait, I would think. Try to run all the qualifying laps that I can to try to stretch a lead out here and possibly start saving fuel. If you're close enough to make it to the end within a couple of laps, you can coast it into the corners, and if you have a switch set up for your ignition, you can actually cut the car off and run it halfway and save a load of fuel.
Another driver there we haven't talked about much. You probably don't want us to talk about him now after what happened to Kyle Adcock, but it's Michael Fahey there in that number 99 machine running 15th. I mean, running 4th, up 15 spots.
Yeah, having a fantastic night. Had some issues earlier but has overcome those, used a fast repair, and is running right now in the 4th spot. Good showing out of that 99 crew.
Matt Crockett sticks the brakes, entering turn 10 there, and he goes to the gravel again.
Another rough night for that 15 crew.
I think the nose of that car is okay, but the steering might be a little bit off.
Mark True back into the pits. Bringing that 73 down for some service. Another driver having a really fantastic night out there is that 5 machine of Andrew Rattel, running currently in the 2nd spot. Home of the Racing Rat on Twitch. He's putting on a good performance out there tonight. Kind of minding his own business, staying quiet. Not really getting in much trouble out there. Bill Stringfellow right now running in the 5th spot. 24.5 seconds behind the leader. He is really cutting that down.
Yeah, since his pit stop, I think he's already gained like 14 seconds on the lead car. Dustin Madsen there.
As you see right there, just since we started watching him, he's cut a half a second off of that lead.
See what kind of times Stringfellow's running there.
Let's see here. The last time by, Stringfellow ran a 1:13.27 to Madsen's 1:14.95. He is definitely the fastest car there in the top 5, much less the top 10. Turning the fastest laps of the whole field, actually. And we'll check back in on that here in a minute as they cross the line. Isaac Singleton, Dustin Madsen's on pit road.
See what he does.
He's going to lose the lead here to Andrew Rattel. Now the question is, does Rattel have enough fuel to make it to the end? He last pitted on lap 16 at the stage break.
It's like Madsen's going to get 4.
But right now, your top 3 all pitted on lap 16. We're going to have to see if they have enough fuel to make it to the end, or if Bill Stringfellow has enough speed in that car to run them down.
I don't know if they can back it down enough and save enough fuel without Bill Stringfellow catching them.
That last time by, Stringfellow ran a 1:13.92. Andrew Rattel ran a 1:15.43. At this pace, I believe Stringfellow has enough time to run him down and pass him. This is shaping up to be an interesting finish to the race here. Right now, 8 cars are left on the lead lap. As you see right there, Cogswell's the last car on the lead lap in that 27 machine. Andrew Rattel trying to get by him there, put him a lap down. Sorry, that's not Cogswell right there. That is I believe that was the 89 of Drew Prohl right there. Take a look at the lap time history here between Andrew Rattel and Dakota Camper. Camper's been faster the last 2 laps by about 0.2 of a second each of those laps.
what I see. Old Bill Stringfellow back there. He's about 2 seconds faster than these guys a lap.
Absolutely. Let's go check on his lap times. He has been almost a second and a half faster. Oh! As Andrew Rattel comes down pit road, gives up the lead to Dakota Camper. Oh my gosh, Dakota Camper is sitting duck right now to Bill Stringfellow. See right there, Stringfellow coming into the frame.
Mike Fahey coming off pit road from his final stop. Andrew Rattel should be right behind him.
You see that 3 machine working his way through turns 10 and 11 here. Stringfellow down to a second as Dakota Camper is going to come down pit road. They did not have enough fuel to make it to the end, those that pitted. That's going to cycle Bill Stringfellow back out to the lead here. Don't look now, Ronnie Osmer sitting there in second, just under 5 seconds behind Bill Stringfellow. Absolute dominating performance here by the 83 of Stringfellow.
Yeah, he really executed that strategy perfectly.
Osmer doing his best to hold on to it. Dustin Madsen back up to the 3rd spot. Dakota Camper must have had a speeding penalty getting onto pit road. He is still sitting there. Tough break for that 3 crew.
I think him and Andrew Rattel both going to get speed penalties on their stops.
Looks like Stringfellow actually running it a little harder than he has been all race. You see them rotors actually glowing now on the front of that car.
Yeah, I don't think he's got nothing to worry about. Madsen's got the freshest tires. He's about 14 seconds behind them, so all Bill Stringfellow has to do is keep it between those white lines.
Right now we have 14 cars still on the track. 8 cars on the lead lap. But you see right there, it looks like Dakota Camper possibly in the crosshairs. Yep, that is Dakota Camper in the crosshairs of Bill Stringfellow to go a lap down. And not far in front of Camper's Andrew Rattel in that 5 machine. All the cars really spread out now. Look at Jonathan Cogswell right there, coming out of the carousel. There's Chris Gomes in the 44. Oh, Isaac Singleton has an issue. Looks like he lost it there on the exit of turn 11. Take a look back and see what happened to the 95.
Oh, he's still stuck there. Turn it around.
Just looks like he lost it there. Oh, he hit the inside pit wall really hard. Almost caught the entrance of the wall right there. That would have been the end to his day if he would have caught that.
Ooh.
He's now in front of Bill Stringfellow.
Surprised that car doesn't have more damage. It's got to have some steering problems though.
Absolutely, with how hard the impact was. Stringfellow trying his best to get around him. He's going to clear him right there. Osmer off the track a little bit. Getting through the bus stop pretty easily. Looks like Drew Prohl had an incident. So let's go take a see what happened to him. Came out of turn 10 right there, coming into turn 11. Oh, he just stuck the right rear in the grass enough to lose it. Didn't hit anything.
Yeah, Drew's had his hands full all night. A lot of credit for sticking in here and, you know, getting the experience you need for next time you come to a track like this.
Absolutely, yeah.
Think the new layout might have messed a few of these drivers up?
It may have changed some of their braking points that they visually look for. I know I turned a few laps earlier before we started the broadcast so I could get a feel for these cars at this track. And I know my braking points for the bus stop were completely changed. The what used to be the little white boards there in the grass to your left side, those are not there anymore. They are now a little black sign, and they're actually numbered a little bit different as you come into the bus stop, and it messed me up, and I overshot the bus stop my first time through there, not even at full speed.
Yeah, I like the fact they took the grass away there in turn 1 and on the exit of the carousel as well. It kind of gives you a little bit more room to work with and play with exiting those corners. Absolutely,
yeah. It allows you to save a car much easier, too, if you end up looping it. Bill Stringfellow here trying to run down the 3 of Dakota Camper to put him a lap down and leave 7 cars on the lead lap.
Madston up to 3rd. It's not really gained a whole lot. He's cut off about a second and a half since he's pitted.
Yeah, but doesn't look like he's gonna have enough to get up there, even run for 2nd place. But overall, good performance tonight out of that 6 camp after recovering from an incident. Looking pretty good out there. Christopher Howell involved in a couple of incidents there. One of them being with Jeff Mert, where Jeff Mert checked up quicker than Howell did, and Howell had nowhere to go but to run into the back of Mert. But doing pretty good, recovered up to 4th place here.
Cogswell, he's had a solid night. Pretty quiet all night. He's running in 6th right now.
Yeah, that 27 machine looking good out there. We're coming up to 5 laps to go here.
a lot of this track's really just mental reps and consistency. Just keep a flow going, hit your marks.
Absolutely, yeah. And as this race is beginning to wind down, the question is, does Ronnie Osmer have anything for Bill Stringfellow with 5 laps to go here tonight? Osmer's actually cut that lead down by half a second. Take a look at the lap times here.
He was about half a second, looks like, last lap on Stringfellow.
Yeah, 0.6 of a second faster than Stringfellow that last time by. He's under 4 seconds now.
Yeah, he's going down still. He's moving in that 55 machine right now. Really just needs one mistake out of Stringfellow. That would catch him pretty much up to his bumper. That 55's been smooth all night as well. I think I might have seen one bobble out of the S's with him. That's about it.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's see what kind of lap time history they had that time by. That time by, past 2 laps, looks like he's been faster than Stringfellow the past 2 laps.
I think he got him by a little bit more than about 0.6 of a second that last lap there.
Yeah. There's a possibility that if he keeps that kind of pace up, that he can actually run him down.
We got 2 cars off the track in 10. They're gonna make their way back on.
We have the battle box put up there on the screen for you to be able to watch live the battle between them two. We're coming up to 3 laps to go.
Kind of looking up there a little bit ahead of Stringfellow too. See them lap cars.
Osmer possibly with an issue. Lost almost a full second right there.
Yeah, I heard something in turn 1.
Possibly could be the Osmer giving everything he has, wearing them tires out on that car. Maybe pushing it just over that limit just a hair. It looks like he's making another run for it. Cutting down that lead a little bit.
Hey, I think he might have just got a little wide back there in the S's. That's about all I could see. Coming down here to 2 laps to go.
Bill Stringfellow, your current leader, putting on a dominating performance tonight. Ronnie Osmer looking to try to run him down and change that.
And really all Ronnie Osmer can hope for right now is a mistake out of Bill Stringfellow. We've seen crazy stuff happen here on not in just real life, but on iRacing as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Remember that time when Martin Truex wheel hopped it in turn 1 on the last lap and Chase Elliott went by him.
Yep. As Osmer has got it back right around 4 seconds now. I don't know if he has enough to be able to get there. It would take a big mistake out of Stringfellow for Osmer to catch him. Flagman has that white flag up in the air. One flag to go, or one lap to go here in the Southern Excitement Racing League here on Sunday night in their Next Gen Series. Once again, for those of you tuning in here tonight to Full Sim Broadcast Network, watching us put on this fantastic show from Southern Excitement Racing League, we appreciate you stopping by and rooting on your favorite driver here tonight. Bill Stringfellow through the bus stop one more time. Smooth as butter.
Around here through the carousel.
Osmer giving it everything he has, cutting it down by half a second just in the bus stop. As we have a car smoking here in turn 10. Through turn 11, one last time here, Bill Stringfellow grabbing some gears on the straightaway. Checkered flag is in the air. Your winner here tonight, the 83 of Bill Stringfellow. In second place, you got Ronnie Osmer. Third will be Dustin Matson. Heck of a dominating performance here tonight by that 83 team right there, Bill Stringfellow. Taking home yet another checkered flag here.
Yeah, really, since the drop of the flag to start the race, Stringfellow dominated this thing. He had a little trouble early on with Justin Michael and strategy. Michael had an early exit tonight. Stringfellow just completely dominated this event. Ronnie Osborne, man, great job, up 15 spots.
Absolutely.
That's pretty hard to do at a road course.
Oh, yeah. And shout out to the 99 of Michael Fahey, also up 14 spots, finishing in the top 5 there. Got these guys coming by Stringfellow, congratulating him on a fantastic race win right there. Looking for that 83 to be burning it down here at the start-finish line. Smoking it down for the people watching here tonight on Full Sim Broadcast Network.
That's a donut right there.
Absolutely. Textbook, if you ask me. Doing a good straight line burnout right there.
I don't know how he kept it off the wall.
That was a fantastic job right there for sure of keeping it off the wall and backing it into it. So let's put up your official finishing order here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League. Your race winner, Bill Stringfellow in that 83 machine, putting on a dominating performance here tonight. Ronnie Osmer bringing it home second. And third was Dustin Matson. Fourth, Christopher Howell. And fifth, Michael Fahey.
Bringing it home sixth tonight, Andrew Rattel in that number 5. Jonathan Cogswell bringing it home 7th. Dakota Camper 8th. Kyle Adcock in the 9 machine in 9th. Chris Goins bringing it home 10th.
In 11th, we got Mark True. 12th, Matt Crockett. Isaac Singleton in 13th. 14th, Drew Prohl. And in 15th, Jeff Merck.
Justin Michael, rough night tonight, coming home 16th. Matthew Prentice, 17th. Lucas Hoytsma, another rough night tonight, 18th. Blake Giglio, 19th. John McMillan Jr., 20th. And rounding out your field, Josh Anderson in 21st.
And that's your official finishing order here tonight from Watkins Glen in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series here on Sunday night. Let's get to our interviews here. Let's get Dustin Matson in that 6 machine up here. Hey there, Dustin Matson. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Hey, man. Congrats on the 3rd place finish there tonight. Walk us through how that race went for you, making some right-hand turns tonight.
Yeah, that whole thing was a little bit of a recovery drive for me because, I got wrecked right there at the bus stop, and I had to essentially limp that car around and wait till that first caution to be able to get a fast repair there. But, fortunately, I basically was the recipient of a little bit of, I guess, serendipity as well, because basically I kept having a bunch of people wreck out in front of me and I'd just kind of go by them. So I probably didn't have a top 3 car tonight, but due to other people, I guess, wrecking tonight, I was able to get up there.
Yeah, had a little bit of an early incident there for you. Trying to remember who it was with, but it was right there at the entrance of the bus stop. Tell us your point of view on that.
Basically, I was sort of hanging on the left rear of the 4 car, but I was basically trying to show to him that I wasn't going to send it in there on the bus stop. So I kind of started checking up a little early, and then the 3 car behind me, I guess, just had his braking point a little bit later and couldn't get slowed up, and kind of basically nudged me into the 4 car, and then we all kind of started wrecking into the I guess the runoff area and the bus stop there. So it's not a big deal. Again, we're all just trying to learn what this car does at a road course. So no harm, no foul, and we're able to reset that car and keep going.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I'm gonna turn it over to Justin for a couple of questions.
Yeah, how'd you like the new layout, and what would you say was probably your most difficult part to get around it?
I like that they've updated sort of the runoff areas, because that was the only thing that kind of felt like you weren't really running like a cup race or like a stock car race here, because those cars, just because they can't really make the turns too well, tend to take advantage of the runoff a good bit. It didn't really seem like it gained you too much. You just kind of had a little bit of maybe just you knew you had a little bit of flexibility there coming out of the carousel. So I was kind of running over that curb a pretty good bit, but I liked it. The car, I'm sure there's probably more speed out of the car, especially for me, but right now I'm just still kind of running it like the last generation car, just because that's kind of what my muscle memory is doing right now. So I'm sure I could be a little bit faster, but just we'll take running some more laps.
Got Darlington next week. I don't know if y'all do the throwback weekend, but if you do, what paint scheme we're gonna see on that 6?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I've been listening to the Mark Martin podcast lately, so maybe I'll do a little Mark Martin, since I got basically his style number 6 on the car anyway. But yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, looking forward to that over at Darlington. Feel like you may be one of the favorites heading into over there. How do you feel about going to that egg-shaped 1.5 miles?
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's going to depend on if you're able to have some tire wear there, and if you have to lift off in those corners. If everyone's just holding it wide open in turns 1 and 2, it might take a little while for the tires to start settling in. So it might just be a matter of sort of surviving those laps. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting. I haven't run there in this car yet, so probably we'll turn a few laps and see how the car feels and go from there.
All right. Well, you have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there tonight?
Yeah, just shout out to Dakota and Jamie and the guys with SCRL for putting this on, and obviously for you guys for putting on the broadcast and letting us be on the internet for everybody to see.
All right. Much appreciated. And once again, congrats on the podium finish there tonight. And maybe we'll get to talk to you again next week once we leave Darlington.
All righty, yeah, you know me. I'll be shooting for it at that track.
All right. Well, you have a good night.
See ya.
And that was Dustin Matson, your third place finisher tonight, clicking off another podium finish here in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. Let's bring in your runner up here tonight, the 55 of Ronnie Osmer. Hey there, Ronnie. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man. Congrats on the runner up there. Really good, hard push for you there at the end of the race, cutting off several, couple seconds there towards the end off of Stringfellow's lead. Walk us through how that race went for you tonight.
The race went pretty well for me. I think I think the biggest thing that hurt me the most was me wrecking on both my qualifying laps and having to start at the rear. I think that hurt me the most to have any chance of winning and competing with Bill. And then pretty much at the end of the run, I knew he was struggling getting off the corner, and I was saving my rear tires for the end, so I was giving it everything I got there at the end, running him down, and just too many mistakes and couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, definitely looked strong out there, bringing it home second, obviously. What kind of issues did you have at all during the race figuring out this layout or the new update and laser scanning of the track?
I think mainly it was just getting consistent in the new bus stop and understanding where the bumps were on the runoff areas. There was multiple times where I'd hit one of those bumps wrong, and I almost had to change the fire suit to say correctly. So,
Well, I'm going to turn it over to Justin for a couple of questions.
Yeah, man, I really just got one. It's looking to be a commodity now to start talking to you each week after these races, becoming a podium driver every race. You're now with another, I think this is what, your second win on the season? So you're building your points lead a lot now. How's that going to help you going into Darlington, and what do you think you got for him there?
keeping the points lead is definitely going to be important because I'm pretty sure we still had the playoff points stuff, I think, and the bonus points. I'm pretty sure we do. And so having a good points division is going to help out a lot going into the playoffs when those come around. And just staying consistent and keeping the car clean is what all I'm focusing on, and it's working out.
Well, looking ahead to next week, how do you feel about going out to Darlington? Are you going to be running any kind of special throwback scheme or anything like that?
I may have to whip one up for a throwback. I always love trying to make throwbacks for Darlington, and Darlington's had a love-hate relationship with me. It loves me at times, hates me at others. So hopefully it's a loving one this next time.
All right. Well, you have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there?
Shout out to PH Aware, all the guys who run this league, and you guys for broadcasting.
Well, much appreciated, man. And once again, congrats on the runner-up finish there. And maybe we'll get to talk to you after Darlington next week.
Hope so.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
And that's your runner-up finisher there tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. Ronnie Osmer bringing that 55 machine home second, up 15 spots from the start of the race. And with a hard late charge there, trying to run down Bill Stringfellow. What didn't quite get there, but definitely looked strong there towards the end of the race. Now let's bring in your race winner here, the 83 of Bill Stringfellow. We can get a good camera angle here. Hey there, Bill Stringfellow. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, man, congrats on another race win here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League. Walk us through how that dominating performance went for you.
Well, it was interesting. I ran some laps here earlier this week just to see how it goes and how it went in this car, and I was able to get down into the mid 111s. So I felt like I had a decent chance, but just before this race, we did a sports car series race, and I was driving the C8R Corvette. So I kind of got used to that, so I was nervous coming into this race. But we ended up winning both of them, so I'm really happy about that.
There you go. Didn't get in any incidents there tonight, but you did have a couple close calls with some lap cars. I believe it was the 9 looped it around right in front of you. I believe it was in turn 1. Were there any moments that you had that made you think twice about how you were running this track?
There were a couple of times with lap cars that I was fussing about what are they doing, because they would let the car ahead of me by, and then they just pull back out in front of me, and it was like, okay, well then I'd lose 2 seconds almost just through the S's by having to be stuck behind them. So
Yeah.
it was there were a couple times it was a little frustrating, but I knew if I stayed calm and stayed smooth, I could have a good chance at winning the race. I got nervous with Ronnie there toward the end. I had about a 4-second gap on him, but my left rear was less than happy.
Ooh. Well, I'm going to turn it over to Justin for a couple of questions.
Yeah, did you take advantage over there out of turn 1 and the carousel with the extra room you kind of had?
Not really. I don't. To me, going over the bumps, it really upset the car if you didn't hit it just right. So I was trying to keep it off of them as much as I could, just to and kind of hold a tighter line. There's a couple times I had to use it, just because I messed up the entry to turn 1, especially. I think that's where I got my only incident point for this race. Actually, was I went off in turn 1, just a little too far.
And a win right here puts you in a good spot, maybe to win this regular season championship. If you got a shot here at Darlington or Charlotte, which track do you like the best there?
Darlington. I definitely prefer Darlington over Charlotte. Charlotte's never good to me. I usually struggle there, no matter what series we're in.
Well, looking ahead to Darlington next week, you said you like it, so how do you feel about your chances there going into that weekend over there? And are you going to be running any kind of throwback ski?
I don't know on the scheme yet. I'll have to look into it, but we were there at the end of our last season, and I ran really well in the previous generation car, and I ended up spinning out with like 5 to go for the race win there. So I really like Darlington. I don't know how this car drives there yet. I'll have to run some laps at some point this week and see what we get, see how different it is.
All right. Well, you have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there?
Thanks to you guys for broadcasting. Thanks to all the admins and everyone, all the drivers in the SERL. This has been a really fun short season between the main cup season, and thank you to everyone who was watching my stream tonight on Twitch.
All right. Well, we appreciate you stopping by and talking to us. And once again, congrats on another race win here in the Southern Excitement Racing League. Maybe we'll get to talk to you next week after Darlington, and you have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. And that was your race winner, Bill Stringfellow, in the 83 machine, bringing it home after a dominating performance out there tonight. Let's give you a rundown of the official finishing order one more time before we sign off. Here in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series from Watkins Glen, your winner, Bill Stringfellow. Dominating performance. In second, you got Ronnie Osmer. Third, Dustin Matson. And fourth, Christopher Howell. Rounding out your top 5 is Michael Fahey.
Andrew Attell 6th, Jonathan Cogswell 7th, Dakota Camper 8th, Hal Adcock 9th, Chris Goins 10th.
And 11th, you got Mark True. Matt Crockett bringing it home 12th. 13th was Isaac Singleton. 14th, Drew Prohl. 15th, Jeff Mert.
16th, Justin Michael. Matthew Prentice 17th, Lucas Hoitzma 18th, 19th, Blake Giglio 20th, John McMillan Jr., and rounding out your field, Josh Anderson 21st.
That's your official finishing order here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series from Watkins Glen International Speedway here on Full Send Broadcast Network. For Justin, I'm Jacob signing off here tonight. We'll see you next week here from Darlington Raceway in the SERL Next Gen Series. Have a good week, and hope you tune in then.